guys, happy Thursday. I just wanted to reach out because somebody had messaged me earlier this morning and they were talking about how much they dislike themselves. They don't think they're pretty. They don't like, anything about them physically, mentally, emotionally. They're just so insecure. And I literally teared up, and I might now. It's sad that as women especially, that we feel so broken. And that is due to the media. It's due to social media. It's due to our own thoughts. When you think negatively of yourself, that manifests, okay? Your body literally starts to feel and form to what you think of yourself. So when you're sitting there telling yourself that you're not good enough and that you aren't beautiful and that you could do better and that you are all these things or you're not all these things, your body starts to believe that. Have you ever noticed when you're having a bad day and you're just speaking so much negativity that you start to feel tired and you feel weighed down? And, that's because your body is responding to that. Don't let social media, put out your light, okay? The girls on social media, the guys on social media that think they have it together or portray that they have it together, the girls who just had a baby and their bodies look better than mine ever would without having a baby, those things are irrelevant. They aren't you, okay? You don't know what they're going through. You don't know how photoshopped they are. You don't know anything about them but what they let you see, okay? You can't be going through a bad time and then go on Facebook and see that Michelle has this great new boyfriend, okay? He bought her flowers. That's wonderful. Good for you, Michelle. You can't go on there and see that Mary and Bob bought a new house, and boy, that house is big and it looks awesome. It has a pool and cute little flower beds, and you just become so jealous. Are you homeless? No. Do you have a roof over your head? Yes. Do you love your home? Yes. Okay? It might not be the biggest and baddest house. It may not have all the fancy things, but guess what? It is yours. You worked for it. You fixed it up. You clean it. You decorated it. You put your heart and soul into that home. It is yours. All right? Who knows how they got that house, okay? Maybe they just have good luck. Maybe they worked for it. You don't know. But guess what? They aren't you. They could be in debt over that house. Guess what? Other things in their life could be dwindling on the edge of, awfulness. You could have so much stuff going on in your life that is awesome. Awesome marriage, awesome friends. You have a child. You know how many people would kill to get pregnant and would kill to have what you have? But you're sitting here whining because somebody has a nicer house than you. Whining because you have a pimple. Whining because you went to work and you were late. Whining because you didn't make a deadline. Whining because you're out of coffee. Whining. And it gets you nowhere. It gets you nowhere but feeling less of yourself. You just don't feel worthy. You feel undeserving. You feel insecure. You feel vulnerable. You feel ugly. And it's because you are on the inside. You can't sit there and think all these things and be so gross and negative and expect your heart to feel full. Okay? You have to realize that the media and these people that pass judgment and these people that think that if they put their hand over your light that theirs is going to shine brighter, these people are the devil, all right? I don't care how nice they seem. I don't care how perfect they seem. I don't care if it's a knight in shining armor. I don't care if it's the president himself walking in a room telling you that, X, Y, and Z. The devil comes in so many different forms, and he always comes looking attractive, okay? He tricks us. He is the master of lying and tricks. He knows, okay? When you get this sudden negativity in your mind and you go straight to Facebook instead of straight to your Bible, or straight to positive development and personal development, you go to Facebook, or you text your friend who loves to drink and you're like, oh, I'll go out, I'll just drown whatever I'm feeling. But guess what? It doesn't work. That's the devil, okay? That is the devil. And you people that don't feel worthy, that just comes from inside, all right? The more you spend in truth, that is which of God and godliness and goodness, the more time you spend with good people, the more time you spend reading your Bible, the more time you work on you and personal development, the easier it is to realize the lies. You can pinpoint deception like it is your job. So, spend more time in truth. Look at yourself in the mirror. Look at what you've been through, what you've overcome, where you're going. You know, bruises, scars, whatever. They don't define who you are. Only you can do that. It's not about what you're going through, but it's how you come out of it. You know, there are people out there who would kill to have what you have, would kill to have your body, and you're sitting here crying about it. You know, everybody, there's always going to be somebody who has more and somebody who has less than you. And the only way to feel truly good about yourself is to learn what good is. You know, sitting here and watching TV for hours at a time, that's not productive to your purpose. You know, going out and do something for others, that makes you feel awesome. Knowing your worth. If you are hanging out with people that make you feel worthless, get rid of them. If you're in a marriage where somebody is constantly, or even a relationship where somebody is constantly putting you down and making you feel like you are nothing, that is them. That reflects on them. That has nothing to do with you. And the more truth you seek, the easier it is just to let that stuff go. Because guess what? You are a woman or a man of God. He created you flawlessly. Do not humiliate him by sitting there and thinking you are less than flawless, all right? You know, we've all been to funerals, okay? And we don't sit there and say, oh, well, Marianne, she was just so skinny for the first, 30 years of her life. Dan had such nice eyes. Wow, Sarah had a really nice body. It's too bad that she's gone now. No. We sit there and we talk about how they affected our lives. How, Michelle's smile lit up the room when she walked in. Or how giving someone was. And how kind. And the impact they had on lives in the community. And how funny they were. Nobody talks about their looks. Okay? So why are we so self-absorbed in this idea of perfection? That is of the world, all this beauty fades. It all fades, okay? And if you're sitting here saying that, you feel so sad all the time and so negative because you don't like yourself, you can fix that, okay? You need to stop focusing on your looks. Stop focusing on your hair. Stop focusing on it. It's not worth it. Focus on your inside. Change yourself from the inside out. All right? God tells us that we are wonderfully and fearfully made. All right? He created us in his image. That means we are of him, which means he's perfect, which means we were created perfectly. Yes, we sin. But guess what? The cross fixed that. Jesus died on the cross to fix that, okay? So we can be beautiful people. You can be beautiful on the outside and be so ugly because of how you are on the inside. Your heart could just be completely black, metaphorically, obviously. It doesn't matter, So if you're sitting here obsessing about your looks, then yes, you are not going to be truly happy ever. Go up to any pretty person and be like, wow, you're gorgeous. You must have the most awesome life and you must be so secure. And go you. No. They will tell you it is so much more than their looks. All right? It is so much more than that. It is about being secure with yourself. And, comfortable with who you are, positive. You want to walk in a room and you just want to look vibrant. That doesn't come from tons of makeup and looking good. Who are you trying to look good for anyway? Yourself? Great. But there's a fine line between looking good, feeling good, and actually being overall good. Looking good won't get you where you want to be mentally, spiritually, emotionally, all right? You're lacking things, and guess what? Those are things that only God can give you, all right? So that's why you need to seek him out. He is the real deal, all right? He's not counterfeit. He is the real deal. As someone else said in a seminar I was watching, he's the real, and you will be able to see the counterfeit, okay? You can take him to the bank, and he won't void out, all right? Because he's real. He is it, all right? People that are in relationships or looking for their perfect person or what have you, dressing a certain way, looking a certain way is not going to get you the right attraction, the right attention, the right affection, all right? There are plenty of men out there that, will love you for who you are, your beauty, your body, your soul, whatever. But most men, the first thing they see is your face and your body and your hair. And guess what? Ladies, if you are dressing like trash and you are just putting it all out there for anybody to see and you are so worried about your makeup and all this stuff, what are you going to do when you marry this person and they wake up the next day and they don't recognize you? They're like, what did I marry? Because guess what? You can't wear makeup 24/7. You can't wear this mask. You can't wear these clothes that make you feel sexy all the time. It's like wearing a costume, all right? It gets tiring. The facade gets tiring. It is tiring to be someone who you're not. So why not just be who you are and go out there and let somebody love you for that, all right? You can wear makeup to feel pretty. You can wear cute clothes, but don't sit there and wear something that's going to not only drag you through the ground, but you're also going to drag someone else through the ground because you are tempting them. I don't know. You can't wear these things and do these things and expect to get, a positive in return. It just doesn't work like that. If a man loves you as he should love you, then guess what? 1, God's going to be first in his life. 2, he will love you whether you are in a bathing suit, whether you are in a tank top, whether you are in a polka dot robe, or if you're wearing a parka. It doesn't matter if you married him at 118 pounds and you've had children and now you're 140. Guess what? He loves you, all right? And the most important thing to him is that you love yourself. If you love yourself, that is beautiful. I'm not saying go out and get comfortable. I don't think you should get married and then gain a ton of weight because you're lazy. But I feel like obviously people gain weight. I feel like if it's done because of children or health problems or whatever, I'm not saying go out and gain 20 pounds. I'm not saying that whatsoever. So ladies, don't take that as that. I'm saying that regardless, if your man loves you for who you are on the inside, you should be able to gain a little weight and he won't care. Because guess what? If you are a determined individual who is worried about her health and her body, you won't be going and gaining 30 pounds on purpose. Okay? So this goes both ways, ladies and gents. So when you love yourself, you want to be healthy. You want to be happy. And guess what? A man or a woman will want that for you too. All right? So love yourself unconditionally. Don't talk to yourself in a way you wouldn't speak to somebody else. You wouldn't go up to somebody and be like, wow, you look super fat today. Wow, you look really ugly today. I know you're trying, but it's not working. Why would you speak to yourself like that? You wouldn't go up to somebody else and say it. Like, what the heck? I mean, I'm an offender. I do it all the time. But guess what? I'm snapping out of it. I've been snapping out of it. My life has gotten so much better Because guess what? I spend time in truth, and I'm not worried about all of this stuff. I am worried about my health, but I'm not obsessed, okay? I'm not obsessed anymore because there is so much more to life. And I've learned that I need to love myself for who I am and not what I look like. All right? That is all. I have to go to work. Bye.